So we're in a basement bathroom and I need to insulate the actual foundation wall. And this is always a question mark. I mean, if you had moisture coming into your basement where you're having a lot of issues water coming in, you have to mitigate that problem either from the exterior or from an interior French drain system. But in normal circumstances, block and the humidity levels in your basement usually cause condensation. So you usually have to use a vapor barrier to be able to prevent any water moisture getting into your space, getting into the wood or into your drywall. So really the best way to go about insulating a foundation wall in a basement bathroom is to use some spray foam insulation. They make these kits that basically cover about 70 to 80 square feet. So it's perfect in a smaller space like this. But there's really 3 reasons why I use this. 1, it's an air seal and it'll actually seal against the block. 2, you don't have to use a vapor barrier. So not using that traditional plastic that you end up poking holes into anyways and creating the vapor no longer to be really working. And then 3, all this plumbing, it's very difficult sometimes to insulate this properly. So when you're using spray foam, you're able to just spray everything and get a really good R value. We're in a basement. If there's family or people living upstairs, make sure you turn off that HVAC system. And I would really advise them not being in the home for the duration that you do this, just for at least a couple of hours. And you definitely don't want to be spreading the fumes through your HVAC system upstairs as well. So be cognizant of that and make sure that you know, the house is clear for the day that you do this. 75 degrees, 70 degrees on a lot of the blocks. So just double check everything that you're within that rating. You don't want it to be too cold. And we'll also be referencing when we actually spray the foam, make sure that it's not getting too hot, you know, getting up to 150 degrees or something, because then that could, you know, be an issue with it possibly igniting in any way. All right, so let's get suited up here. So before I suit up, I mean, I wanted to show you what's in the kit here. So it comes with a gun and then these 2 adapters that attach to the tank system. And then they have multiple sizes of these replacement tips. So you have plenty, you know, you can, even if we don't use all of this, we can keep this for another 30 days and be able to find other areas to fill in. And then it's just basically 2 tanks that you're basically going to connect these to. You do want to mix this up beforehand. So before I actually connect my lines, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Just basically rock it back and forth and then connect my hoses. But all pretty simple. You're going to have to prime it first before you put the nozzle in. So just make sure you're basically press the gun. And that's the other thing, when you actually use this, always have full pressure on your thing. Don't go a halfway on your handle in any way. It needs to be full blast. It's either full blast or nothing. Main reason is you want these things to mix properly. That's basically how this is working, is that both of these are coming out of the containers at the appropriate rate. And if you don't have your trigger hand all the way down, it's not going to mix it properly.
How's it feel?
Feels good. I feel like I'm going to space.
Yeah, you look like it.
Can you even hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I should also mention that there's a little sticker on the side of this that has the temperature reading. So you want to make sure that the containers are 75 degrees or warmer, because otherwise it's not going to spray right. So it has to be pretty warm in here. It's got to be between, you know, 70 degrees and 80 degrees. So just double check everything. And we're going to go ahead and actually connect our supplies here before we turn it on. Okay, so you open up the lines. So we have fluid between right about here, so we have to purge the lines, keep the nozzle outside of it. Wipe that out a little bit. So this is just a petroleum jelly. And then we want to have the widespread angle. So this is the blue tip. You see how the thicker it is, the hotter it is. Okay, when you're done, just clean out the gun, set off the tanks, and then you can use this up to 30 days later. All right, it's good to go.